Okay. I'm just going to do this while we load up the game. Otherwise, it's going to be sitting there for a lot longer. Oh, okay. So just a little cleaning house sort of thing. Just finished up prototype, so yay, that's over and done with. So we're going to be doing some Minecraft for the same for the rest of the time that I'd normally stream, maybe a bit longer depending on what we're doing. The main stuff I need to approach, I have actually done a good bit off camera. However, I would argue most of the stuff I've done isn't very progress orientated. So as of last time, we broke the game quite badly with the spawner that I'd set up. I'm not 100% sure exactly why that broke, because now it seems to be working pretty fine. I genuinely think it was just too many entities, too many dropped items, and just a lot of things led to a cascading effect where everything broke. It works now, and I've made it a bit more efficient and improved it somewhat. I now haven't. Oh Jesus, that's the game. The world launching. Give it a sec. I have done a good bit of the cleanup for that sort of stuff. I've also done a little bit of work with Apotheosis, both in and out of the game. Now, what do I mean by that? I've done research and I've done some altering in the code. I will stress this now. There were some issues going on, and that is again because I'm piggybacking off another mod pack. One of those issues was the same as what was happening with, oh, yeah, you can sort of see that the game's now loading, because it's now going at fucking 2 frames. Give it a sec. This is what happens every time I load it up. This is again why I typically do this before I even start streaming. Boom. And now we switch back over. Okay. So, you can see that I'm really low level. That is because I've been doing quite a bit. Now, this is where I get to explain a few things. So, this thing is part of the important stuff that I'm going to have to talk about. This fella here has been useful. I've already explained this before, but this is if you sleep in it during the day, it'll get you to night in kind of an inverse bed. Now, in Apotheosis, there is the affix stuff, which we've seen a little bit of with the epic gear that comes out. Now, what I had to change in the code is that this was spawning in a dimension that doesn't exist, but some of it was still spilling over into the overworld. I've edited it now. So it now is in the overworld, and it's got a relatively good chance to spawn. However, I have tried to make it so the spawn chance is high, but the gear is still pretty consistently like sporadic. Now, why does that matter? Well, rarity does actually play a big part in the value of what you get off of them. So you can see here I've extracted quite a bit now for some of these items. However, I have been kind of lucky / it was a bit buggy initially when I was twisting around some of the settings. Say what you will, I ended up with a couple of ancient items which are like basically epic. They're no different really. Sometimes they're better. However, that does mean we have an ancient affix tome for armor. And this here is, so what I've done, I can probably show it relatively easy with these pieces here. So these you get quite easily by in the smithing table. You get one of these and one of these. This is where that fire comes important. What you do is you take a piece of gear that was of a specific rarity, you melt it on that soul fire on the thing, and then it'll pop out as that rarity shard. Then you use that rarity shard to make a book, and then you can use the book with an item and rip off the enchantment. And then if I put in, so we've got a rare and uncommon for both armor. So if I do this, so that's max health, that gives more max health, right? So this now goes still as rare, but it gives more HP. And that does cost some levels. I have done this quite a bit with the gear that I had in the system as well. And that is why we have this so far. This is not the maximum that some of these that I want. I do want to make sure that this is the peak that I can possibly put on a piece of armor, because it's going to be really hard to get more affix on later. Affix upgrades. So I will keep going with this, as well as I've done quite a bit of enchanting, just sitting here and putting stuff in. I've made it automated, if I can show this quickly. I made it automated so it puts lapis in there inherently. So it's always going to have the lapis. I also added these shelves. This is basically the same process as the glowing hell shelves, except with where is it? We're looking for crystalline. See? So it's the enchanted version, then with prismarine shards. The enchanted version is the same sort of crafting bullshit. Requires at least, yada yada yada. We achieved all of that relatively easily. And now we've been enchanting. Now why is that important? Is because we have this, the enchantment library. What this is if I put an enchanted book in here, it will just kind of store it up until a certain amount. And I can basically click here and it'll put a breaking one if I put it again, or I could shift and put it to the highest level it's learnt so far, or I can put it back in. If it's got multiple enchantments, it'll just tear them apart and put them in there. I've also got here, this is a disenchanter. If I have a piece of gear that has an enchantment on it, I can tear those enchantments off of it into here. I heard the lightning strike. Where are you? Done. Anyway, so let's go show the XP farmer, because that's most of the stuff at base that we've done, but there is a little bit on at the farm, because obviously we left it off in the fucking terrible state it was in. So, it'll get there. Now we've got this lever here, and that'll dictate whether this... Okay, I will state this does not have a perfect room for error. What was that? I thought I had experience on here. Something's being weird about that. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, so you can see there was already quite a bit of excess EXP around. That's enough to be quite spooky as it is. I kind of have tried to optimize this as much as I can and do little tricks to make this a bit better and more optimal. It's kind of not gonna become perfect in any stretch of the margin, but hey, we've done what we can and it's more or less efficient enough at this stage. Now, how I've done this is I said I would set up a macro. So this system's actually pretty good. Now, this thing here is what really is the clinch pin. So these charms are quite easy to make, as you just need a potion of the ancient knowledge for this. It's relative to the potion type that you want. What this does is this potion effect means that you get more experience. Significantly more. It's really, really fucking good. Hey, all Dragon Slayer. So what this potion effect is really just, what this does is I can click here and it will give me more XP. Then I equip the guitar and set up the auto clicker and it will just farm EXP pretty absurdly, pretty quickly, as can be seen. Even if it is a little inefficient, this still works really, really well. And I have left this on for multiple hours, as kind of can be shown by the fact that this charm's almost already dead. Yeah. So, again, this charm, it says it's EMCable. I want to stress it's not, because it comes up as an invalid potion charm if you try to do EMC with it. However, this is where it gets really weird. So, the Potion of Ancient Knowledge isn't EMCable, which it comes from having Bottle of Enchanting with some already done ones, and that's more. Bottle of Enchanting doesn't come with it. However, this is where it gets, again, like I said, real stupid. You can use Infusion Chanting with a Honey Bottle, which is EMCable, and some experience. So simply put, yes, you can sort of make lots and lots of EXP. The XP bottles aren't really worth it, but the charm is, because again, it massively amplifies the amount. So these charms are actually relatively cheap to make. And it's just really, really good for that. Now, the one last thing I remember that I need to go over since the last time I did stuff was I was using targeted item enchants. So what do I mean by that? Well, if I go into here and put in tome, you can see that there's like the tome scrapping, but there's these, the tome of chestplate, for example. So if I go in here and put this here, what this does is it pulls enchantments that would go onto a chestplate and gives them to you as a book like this. Then you'd put this in here and it would fill up those. So that is more or less the entirety of stuff I've done off camera. Just trying to double check that there's no more Apotheosis units around. But again, so I've played with the spawn numbers of the Apotheosis stuff just in a way that means that they should spawn more often, but we shouldn't get more good loot. We should just get pretty consistent loot. As well as stuff just around has a chance to drop it. So I've genuinely seen like a creeper drop a pickaxe before, which is mildly funny. Or some boots or some pants or something. But so here, this dude dropped some boots and no, they're just shitty boots. Okay. I was hoping that was going to be a great example point. Fuck. Point is, anything can drop stuff from Apotheosis. However, majority of the time, if it does drop, it's going to be trash. So, but if I go through here at this point in time, there is a bunch of enchanted items and gear still. However, almost all of it is no longer Apotheosis like gear. That's the affix gear. I will go through and rip all the enchantments of all of this stuff eventually. But my Next thing that I wanted to do was basically get more Apotheosis gear in a somewhat automatable fashion, which is difficult. Now, why is it difficult? That's the explanation. Apotheosis has a unique rule for its bosses that spawn, I guess, is that you can't make a spawner for them. They need to have, and the surface ones need sky above them to spawn. So already, and they only spawn in the overworld. I'm going to be very strict on not changing that yet as of now, though I know I could like set up an end farm that's going to probably be what we use for EXP later anyway, and do something pretty absurd with that, but that's kind of against the feel of it. Anyway, point is now you've probably realized that, well, how do you get them to spawn? Well, you could make a massive area that's got nothing on the ground for ages and it forces things to spawn in an area. That sounds cute, but it also sounds like a fuckload of effort and I can't be asked. So, that moves us on to the next thing, which is industrial foregoing. Now, why that mod? Well, that's because if you've ever worked with was it extra utilities or dark utilities, I can't remember which one it was. I think it was extra. There was what was called cursed earth. Now, I'm sure if the moment you heard that, you're like, yes, cursed earth is a very nice and balanced thing. That works. That works for potentially spawning these Apotheosis things as long as those previous conditions are met. However, cursed earth doesn't exist anymore, per se, except there's what's called mechanical dirt. This, again, becomes one of those annoying things. What mechanical dirt does, I believe I think it needs to be powered, but I'm not 100 on that. But I know it needs to be given liquid meat. What it does is it acts as if it was cursed earth. So, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and start getting into industrial foregrowing now, so it means that we can start getting the Apotheosis stuff regularly, and then also means that we have a much greater supply of varieties of resources. Now, why that's important is because when we get into Draconic, for example, which is going to be very soon, if not, like, I'll be really honest, I was kind of tempted to do that today if I didn't know that this did work with Apotheosis. In fact, we still might switch over to doing that if this starts becoming quite a slog. But the fact is that I want to have so much prepped for that, because this can, like, these can give more HP, and this is, I can apply this to every piece of armor. And while for now that only really affects the living chest plate, because that's the only one that I'm going to actually keep out of these if I can. I just need to double check that everything here is thinged. I might clean up my armor in a sec because it's currently fucking being a piece of shite. Where's the activation crystal? There we are. So if I slap this here, so we're looking for diseased, charging strikes, no, yes, yes, no. Brilliance, cool. Stormtrooper. Ah, I see what's happened. Okay. That's really stupid that can happen, but hey, why not? Gotta make sure I add all the negatives first. I disabled pin cushion, correct? Yeah. And we'll get that one. Cool. Now I can do this. Cool. There we go. So how much space do we have? 70 space. Okay. But yeah, so we're only going to be having the living chest plate long term at this stage because outside of that, just pure and simply, the dragon steel is better. Good lord, I feel like I've been talking too much. Okay, but yeah, so Dragon Steel's better in almost all categories except for the fact that this can give 50 HP. It's very convincing on that factor. So I'm trying to make, just as a reminder, I'm trying to make sure I get only upgrades that work without the rest of the living armor, get those maxed out, and then that's it. No more using the living armor, and we go after that, and we use that instead. However, let's be honest, I'm not going to be able to do that for a while. So industrial foregrowth. So we're going to need meat. Fermented or meat. Okay. Liquid meat. Mob slaughter factory. So I don't know if this version has this become cyclical. But for the beginning, we're going to try and treat it like it won't be. So where do we want to build it here? Because all of these other spaces I've kind of wanted to put aside for other things. Where do we want to have a slaughter factory? Probably over here. Kind of makes a bit of sense to keep going this way. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Would you look at that? I got it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, 12. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12. That should be right. Get some more cobblestone. as per usual, just fucking yoinks itself out. Hey, why not? Okay. So the problem with this spawner system that I'm going to be doing is that I need it open-eared to the top, which means that this is only going to be effective during night. As far as, unless the cursed earth, with the mechanical dirt, pushes past that effect. However, I do want to stress, as far as I could tell, Apotheosis might have timed spawn points, so it won't spawn any further than when it's during sunset or when it's sunrise. I might be wrong with that though, and this might work out perfectly. And we just hear a lot of lightning strikes while we're doing stuff. That can happen. Now, I will also state this is not my long-term intention for spawners and stuff like that, is to use this sort of system. Again, I want to use Woot. However, I can only generate this stuff via this method, I believe, at this point in time. So, kinda limited. I mean, I remember setting up very much some pretty stupid spawner setups in my past with this sort of stuff. Let's get you out. Okay. So we're only going to probably want a smallish space for the mechanical dirt. Is 3, let's go for 5 by 5. That should be relatively controllable. Now I need to just do some techniques to make sure... Need to do some stuff to make sure this would work. This is not going to look pretty as per usual. This is just a practical setup to get this running today. Let's use some just generic dirt for now. Just to specifically set out the area. Now, was I correct in seeing... I'm assuming dark glass is the equivalent of dark glass in the past for the extra utilities. So if that's the case, it was 8 soul sand, was that correct? Yeah. let's see. So, what dark glass was? Oh, where were you? You're there. Uncommon, yeah. I'm putting this loot in here now, just because puts it aside and means that I can find it easier. Is that if I do this, it basically works as like a blackout curtain. Which it's seeming to do so. I might want to make this bigger in the I want to make I'll probably want to make this bigger in the future, dependent. However, for now, I'm just kind of doing proof of concept. So what this means is if I put lights right up against, the light's not coming through. There's confirmation for that. Yeah, I'll go sleep in a minute. Yeah. Just a reminder, pressing F7 with this mod basically means what the yellow means is light that it can only spawn in when it's not got sun out, and red means that it can enemies can spawn there no matter when. Alright, so next on the chopping block. What are Mob Slaughter Factory. Sounds so lovely, doesn't it? We should make this relatively quickly. I just want to try and, that's the Animal Rancher, that's Plant Fertilizer, Mob Crusher, Mob Slaughter Factory, it is around here, cool. I could just do there. So we need a pity machine frame, which I do think we actually have. Yep. 2 iron axes and and 2 iron swords. A golden gear. And some redstone. And 2 pieces of plastic. There we go, nice and easy. I don't have a craft out yet. There we go. There we go, nice and easy. So this fella will kill for power. It sounds really, really demented when I say it that way, huh? It shall kill you for power. so what I need to do is good lord, why is it? That sunlight is really starting to thing. I'm gonna have to start doing light control in my office, aren't I? Oh, I'm so angelic. Oh. So I'm gonna need, what is that? 2 additional range? Because how much does this give you? Bigger than the room. It's fine for now. Oh, game. Game. Hello. Hey, there you are. So, ironically enough, I just realized what the biggest annoyance is going to be. It's getting power over here. Yeah, not yet. I can't wait to get into Draconic Evolution. It has so many fun little tricks and stuff that it introduces. Okay, so what? Oh, game. Game really doesn't like me today. What I need to do is I might just do a very shitty setup. Oh my god, game. You good. Good, chief. For power is because I also need to do a... What is it called? One of these. Dissolution chamber. That. Game's been a little funky at the moment. I guess I've just been doing so much stuff today. I had a meeting, then I did the prototype stream, then I did this. So, game's dying just a tad. It's okay, we'll just go on for like another hour or so. Depends on how much more I've got to do. Oh my god. Alright. Yeah, something ain't right here. Come on. So... We need lapidary dynamo. Need one of these. We need pipes. Okay, put one of those in there. Put one of those in there. Just a reminder for the lapidary dynamos, quartz is the most EMC viable for the energy that you produce. Okay, so alright. This is a very weird process for getting everything set up. So we're going to need some mobs. To get the ball rolling. So, let's make it nighttime. I still need to leave a Tartaric gem here and get that further going. Just so I have more if I need it. But yeah, again, so you can see that the sun's on the set and stuff like that. It puts it to the beginning of sunset. Kind of like how sleeping puts it to the beginning of sunrise. I'm just going to take this away just to ensure that I have as much space as I need for now. By the way, this shouldn't kill a player, from memory. Oh, we've got an enemy somewhere. Hello, our first volunteer. Pop. There we go, liquid meat. So how much liquid meat did we need? For mechanical dirt. 1 bucket's worth. I wonder if you count. Just the way they pop. Blip. Does this actually still do drops? That's the other thing that I'm not too sure on right now. don't think this just drops, but point is we want the dirt, not the thing. There's plenty of other ways to kill mobs. Okay. So, now that we've got enough of the meat, so we need a pity, 2 rotten flesh. And dirt, which we already have in our inventory. Starting to look to me like this isn't cyclical, which is going to be the real big issue I have. Almost at a bucket. I'm assuming a bucket's what it needs to start operation. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just gonna grab a fucking couple more of these. Just to make this process a tad bit faster. Son of a bitch. That went off a lot faster than I was expecting him to. And I lost the dirt because of it, and I think I'm a dumbass and I don't remember actually Yeah, I didn't. Okay, what was it again? Why do I do this to myself? Okay, next time. This fucking dumbass. Hey, you. I need that. By the way, Cursed Earth used to die in sunlight, so I don't know how well this does with sunlight as well. If that's also what's influencing it, it's because it's open air. However, I was told that this worked, so that's why I'm like, shouldn't be the problem. It's Morbin time. Sorry. Those memes have been going fucking wild at the moment. You know what could work? Be back shortly. I see. Me go a little too excessive, a little too quickly. What a surprise. So it seems that these are all networked. More or less. Pink slime. The fuck is pink slime? And how am I getting it? Oh, it looks like it's used for some late game stuff. Okay, is it going to create a build up now? Hmm. It's an epic. That's not too bad. We're not getting anything spawning in here that looks like it's spawning with affixes. Now, I want to stress, again, these things that are spawning could be spawning with affix gear, and it's obviously just getting fucking voided by the slaughter factory. And I'm more than quick enough to acknowledge that, like, that's quite likely happening as well. But also, I want to see if a boss fully spawns in this setting. Because if it does, then that guarantees that I'm set and this will be perfectly fine. It's only a rare, okay. Because it's, I think it's a 1 in 50 chance I've got it set to. So pink slime is building up. I need to double check that that's not going to be a problem. This mod doesn't have a book, does it? It does. Book, redstone, dirt. Fluid produced by the mob slaughter factory. Wow, that's real useful. Mechanical dirt. By unknown technology, this block will spawn mobs at a fast rate when certain conditions are met. Firstly, it requires RF and per operation. Secondly, normal mobs have to be met. This means light level has to be 7 or lower, and the block has to be loaded. When one block is supplied with power or liquid meat, it will automatically be equally divided by any connected blocks. Yeah, so that's what I was dealing with earlier. Okay, so it needs to be nighttime in there. Or it needs to be dark in there is the wording I should use. For now, because this setup's definitely not going to be what I use for the thing, I'm pretty cool with forcing it into this. So if I do this, does that block spawning in there? seems to. But if I turn it off... things are starting to spawn again. Okay, I think that works. So this should just get us the meat that we want. What? The one who codes. The one who codes. It just looks like it's used for some late game crafting recipes, this stuff. I say late game, these are not that late game to me. They're not creating some lag out and spawning below, are they? Just because it's dark under here? Yeah, so this does make an excess. Cool. Which means at this point in time, what? How do we utilize this? Oh, that's a good point. We do have the Ender storage in this. So that's blaze rods. 4 of obsidian. 2 of cauldron. 1 of wool and a pearl. Let's use an off color one for now. There we go. And then this thing. Okay, there we go. So now that's going there, so I can make whatever I want wherever. Which, to be honest, I'm very inclined to just make it up. Okay. Well, I'm very inclined to go chase that one down. I will leave it for now. Because I think it's better to go after stuff that's guaranteed, not chased. Okay. Okay, well, if you're gonna spawn directly in front of me. Okay. Okay. Wow, I need a fucking lot of this stuff. I don't think like grey will work, so I think I need to have the dye for it. Oh, what's it called again? Pistol. Pipe. Mm. This is going to be so stupid. I'm just doing something very excessive right now. Just because, again, I like my excessive stuff. So if I do that, then grab out one of you. Then a piece of quartz. Then one of you. I'm hoping this is starting to make, like, already people's cogs are turning in their heads of what I'm about to do and how it's just needlessly excessive. Power's not going to be a problem for a while. This setup should not have any issues with power, like ever. Now for the hellish part. Okay. Oh, my hand been doing stuff like this far too much today. Oh, yeah. And you wonder why I crash servers is when, like, this is what I do when I'm just like, oh yeah, I could do this build. Make sure to make a comment if I miss one. Because there is no chance I'm going to notice with this amount of energy being made. Again, I must stress, like, what I did with me and my mates' base, we powered an entire, like, superstructure and everything off of, like, this. And this is actually more excessive than that, except I haven't put upgrades in these, so I guess it's maybe quite equivalent at this stage. If I put upgrades in, it would be very different, though. assuming these are... Wow. They're still filling up, huh? I'm probably producing more power than that can be outputted, I'm gonna be honest. Should just do this so it has 2 input points. Actually, you know what I could do? I could also add in... it would be here. And it would be here. Oh yeah, that's a good point. These will be working right now. That's a fucking troll. I should probably set up the glass, huh? Actually, there's a very simple answer. Just go sleep. Bring the light level up and it will stop spawning stuff. You know what I really would be up for if I ever did another, when I next do my Minecraft series, is doing something with maybe like the Origins sort of style mod, where it's like you have to pick your race to begin with, and you get statistical effects and changes to your gameplay based on that. Because I was just reminded of one Pokemon trait, I'm not even kidding, yeah, where it's just like any negative status effects are inverted. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but it's basically like if you got a accuracy debuff or a slow or a speed debuff or anything like that, it actually gives you it as a buff instead. So stat debuffs are really fucking terrible versus it. I see that just because I was like looking at the slow and I'm like, ah yeah, that's really not effective. Man, imagine if I could just get speed instead whenever I got affected by a thing like that. Alright, this should keep me safe while I kind of do this. So we want a... Whoops. It is a mob crusher, this one. So a mob crusher requires 2 books. Actually, wait, before I keep going, I think I see an advanced machine frame. And I haven't done that one yet, have I? No. So we gotta go do an advanced machine frame. Which requires pink slime. Wow. And we in luck. Because we've been generating pink slime down here. Cool. And it locked to pink slime immediately. And with the amount that I've been generating, I doubt that it's gonna switch over for a very long time. Alright, advanced machine frame is a simple machine frame, which is latex. I will go over back here. You know what, let's clean up our inventory a quick bit. Though I don't think I'm... okay. Because we'll drop these off here. Put you back in there, you back in there. Put that in there, put that in there. Alright. So we wanted a simple machine frame. So we need a pity frame. Plastic nether brick. Plastic nether brick and gold gear and iron. Okay. Boom. Start doing that. And we have a simple machine frame. So then the simple machine frame goes into the advanced one with the pink slime. And for that, we need... oh, sorry, itch on my nose. Plastic. A lot of plastic being used, Jesus. Netherite scrap. Gold. And a diamond gear. Hey. Supreme. Requires something that we don't have access to. Ether gas has something to do with withers, I feel like. Or with the boss, I want to say. Oh. Point is, we have the advanced one. We wanted that for the mob crusher. Books. 2 books. Sword. Plastic. Whoops. 2 plastic. 2 gold gears, I believe it was, and then redstone. Mob crusher. Boom. Yay. Yay. Put it in here for the moment, because I know where it's going. Actually, can I get away with hiding this somewhere? So which one's it connected to? Anything but that outer one. Okay. Actually, you know what? There's a so much better answer. Oh, game. Ender chest. Do. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, so go back to the latex machine. What's up? Okay, so we want this one. So it's 4 blaze powder. Glass panes, which I think are non-EMC. I think I had some of those somewhere. Not sure. Yes, I did. Cool. And then redstone. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, it was a mythic. Oh, nice. Okay, and then it was... I can get just a smidgen of an example of ethics loot spawning in here, then I'm happy. Because while this is what people were saying, in the nicest sense, sometimes people are talking about other packs and they don't work, their concepts don't work in packs outside of theirs, or their information's outdated, or they're, in the simple sense, talking a whole lot of shite. So... I mean, I'm getting enchanted gear, but that's not what I want. Is this using a spawning method then that Apotheosis isn't happy with? Is that what's happening? Oh, I can produce more experience potions with this. That is kind of useful. In fact, I might actually set that up now. Was it because I'm too close? Like, do you need to be a certain distance and then they'll, like, spawn in it? Oh, another mythic. Okay, nice. There you go. More experience potions generated. How about we do the second part of this that I need to do now because I've prepped for it, which will be here. No, I haven't done that. Okay, so we're going to want importer. So that's destruction and improved. I believe I did all of those back when. Cool. Importer. So the phrasing in this mod I want to stress is import into the system, export is export out of the system. It sounds weird, but it does like trip even me up quite a lot when doing this mod. Right, upgrade quartz, improved in glass. Now what I'm doing here is fixing excessiveness that I do. So we need one of those. Sugar. And quartz, enriched iron to... How many do we need? Oh, I needed more sugar. Whoops. 3. Yeah, that should be what we need for this upgrade. 1, 2, 3, and then it's how many for this? It's 4, right? Yeah. 3, 4. Then we need sugar again. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then get the stack upgrade. There we are. Get that. And actually, what we're going to do is grab another one of those. And another 3 of those. It's because what you can do is in here, you can set that stuff up. Does shift clicking work? Okay, yeah, that's right. Because the problem was if you shift click with excess, it puts it into this, and this is the this bit here, and this is the filter. That's the problem. This will instantly empty out the stuff from this point onwards. Okay, so now we'll just need to keep an eye out for when a affix item comes up in here, which I can quite just easily keep an eye on. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I've shown under here. I've just cleaned it up a little, but it's not done yet. I have an idea of what I want to do, and it sounds stupid, but so I'm gonna refrain from telling it for now. And have it as a surprise at some point when I just go down there and have to run past it. So now my probably main thing I'm going to do from this point onwards is just be constantly oh, that's a good point. And resetting this clock, putting it to sunset and letting that farm out. And I'll just keep looping that for now. And then I'll go check on the system from time to time to see if anything is actually getting tossed in. I'm wondering if I want to add one of these here. Whoops. Where the fuck did you go? There. I mean, there's no reason why this is a problem. Because it's not like it's drawing any power from anywhere else other than itself. Sorry, there's a fly on my screen and it's bugging me. Angry noises. By the way, I will be moving this hammock eventually. It's just here because this was the first place I could find that quickly to toss it down, because you need 4 spaces in between. Alright, let's have a look. There's a good chance that we might already have something. Good God, we have already a lot of bottle of enchanting. That's what we've got. So we're looking for single items that don't have a damage value. Good rule of thumb, trying to look for FX items. It's not looking promising, is it? If this doesn't work, then I just need to find a different method to kill at the very least. That's not the crusher. I wonder what Apotheosis checks for. Because those are the two that I found before. I should put those away. Boy, you angry outside. If I could see just a lightning bolt spawn into there, then I'm set. Because then that means I know FX stuff can spawn into there, and then that should guarantee me. I didn't see where that one was. I don't know if that was into there or not. I can't see the mob. This is making me more convinced I need to go deforest the rest of these areas. I don't want to be like that, but it's how the cookie crumbles. No. Actually, that's a good point. I should double check and see if there's a consistent word in them, because I think of might be. Of the, yeah. So if I search by of, I should find stuff, right? Sounds so stupid. Because if I put this in here, then yes. Okay, I can find it by of. If I just keep an eye on of, I will have an idea. Oh, that's glad I figured that out this late in the fucking game. Also, the fact that I didn't see anything as of yet, and that's a full night of quite a lot of spawns, is not looking too convincing. Ah, it dropped below. And it got liquid meat in there. See, this is why I didn't quite want to have them on the same channel. Whoops. Pipe wrench. Okay, and then this goes there again. I just think this is a good idea, because it means it's not wasting the thing, and it means I don't have to make the enchantment bottles. I could add some additional pipe things going around the place just to guarantee. Whoops. Did that fill it? Fuck. Just a second. Oh, there we go. Sure, there's just some now noises that were getting very irritating outside. Okay, so what this should do is help distribute the stuff of liquid meat easier without interacting with that, because that was the only reason I kind of wanted it there, is because otherwise the distribution's not great. All right. I mean, either way, this isn't a bad thing that I've set up. It's just, like, also very little that it earns me at this stage, which is my worry. I would be happy if this earns me stuff. If it doesn't, then I'm kind of sad. I could probably set up a thing to force it to stay nighttime all the time. There's a few things I can think of. There's something in Draconic specifically, I believe, that does that. Right? What was it? Or was that the old stuff? Oh, that's really great description. Cool. Very cool. I don't see it. That's not a good sign then for me. Daytime detector, sure. Yeah, it's not night vision I want. Because that's a ritual sunrise. Is there a ritual sunset? I feel like there's a few ways to influence the time-day stuff that is in the pack. I just don't know which ones they are off the top of my head. I mean, we've already got the fucking pedestals and stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure they are redstone-able. Redstone-able. So I'm sure I could set something up. Let's try and see if we can see something for time. With extended time, no. That's an extended duration of potions. Yes, burn time is what you're seeing come up a lot. Time in a bottle. From in-city loot chest, fixed spawn time of 20 ticks. Oh, interesting. Just looks like a bunch of items that burn. Ooh. Paper wall. Mmm. Paper lanterns. Ooh. That sounds kind of cool. Might actually have a look into this, that stuff, some cosmetic stuff later. Looks very pretty. Dried kelp bark, I didn't know about that. I've not heard any lightning strikes. And I've definitely not seen any come up here. Good lord, a lot of bottles enchanting though. Still not any affix gear. Seems you two, you're all doing fun down there. Okay. Well, as I said, I'll close up here. And I will further explore... Oh, Jesus. That's not what I was dragging. I will further explore whether this stuff works off stream. I'll probably be streaming Minecraft again tomorrow anyway, so I'll try and have an answer by then. I'll spend all tomorrow morning probably working on this, aside from other stuff. I can do this a bit more passively, so luckily enough, I just need to listen for lightning. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video or enjoyed this kind of content, leaving a comment or a like on the video would very much help me out. If you want to see more of this kind of content in the future, then I would recommend subscribing to the channel. And then aside from that, thank you again very much for watching, whether it be during the stream or at a later date. And until next time, you yeet. Where's the button? Fuck, shit.